Peace, y'all. It's now Tuesday, the 24th. Busy day, busy next couple of days. As I told you in that video, Rich having to run Rich to the hospital because I don't wear a mask and all that kind of stuff. They won't let me in, which is fine. But they at least call me and tell me he's in recovery, and then they call me back again and tell me to pull up to the overhang, and when he's in a wheelchair, and they'll roll him out to me. So today it went real smooth. Dropped him off, made a couple phone calls, and then took off and went and looked at a property that I would really like to make the new RPM worldwide headquarters. Really cool. Didn't get to do any looking inside because the folks weren't there. They're all at work. Long story short, their brother lived there. It was their childhood house. It was their mother's house. Mother passed away. Brother took it over. Brothers passed away. So nice 30 or 40 by 60. I guess you call it a pole barn because it looks like it's aluminum. It's got shingled roof. It's got a roof that looks like, that angled looking roof like a barn. But man, it's got to be 40 feet high. There's at least a 20 or a 10 foot high loft that's at least 10 feet above ground level. I didn't get to look inside, but there's heat. There's a vent on either end, and I think the lady said there's like a hot, like the radiant pipe or something that heats the whole garage. So the brother used to spray paint cars and do automotive work and stuff right there. It's out, super quiet, very nice, quiet country setting. Neighbors, yes, but right on top of you like this, no. And no thump bumping music, so that was a bonus. Was blown away. There was I don't have my phone. Never really have it out here in the garage all that often, but I took a picture of the dog. She said her brother might be there. I had gotten out there a little after noon after dropping Rich off in Mount Clemens at the hospital, and said her brother comes at lunch and lets the dog out, and then after work at 5, she stops and exercises the dog, plays with it a bit, and then puts it back in the house. It was the brother's dog. And it's a husky, a little 4-year-old male husky, just the sweetest looking little thing, man. Oh my. Didn't bark when I walked up. The brother was already gone. Smelled the back of my hand, let me pet it, lick my hand, looked at me, smiled, and yawned, and then rolled around in the shade in the grass and just followed me up and down the fence line as I looked around the yard. Of course, I asked the lady this evening if the house isn't available, if the dog's available. So we make it as a dog out of this, if nothing else. Yeah. So Sherry, my wife, is got the cough, cold, sick. She's really bad. She came home from work really, really sick. So I want to stay as far away from her as I can so I don't get sick. But at the same time, I got to kind of take care of her. So been in there with her. Got Richie back home, in and out with her, out here playing around, and that's kind of what I brought this camera out for. We're about 4 minutes in, so let's make this quick, right? While we're looking at the new headquarters, we also had things to do here. This is the finished product, I guess, of what I was trying to explain to you in the last video. Tank's just sitting here right now, but we did transfer everything, and we installed the riv nuts. We drilled out the tabs and installed riv nuts into tabs, so that's good and solid. This will get a little bit of, I think we're going to use this this non-skid stuff. It's got 3M sticky on the back. It's actually, my brother Rich got this, he used to get sheets of this stuff. It's like bed liner, spray on bed liner, and they would make, it's not real thick as you can see, and you peel this stuff off and it sticks and it's stuck good. So what I do is I'll punch a hole in it the size of the head of the riv nut. Let me set you down here. About the size of this riv nut here. Oh, here's one. We'll punch a hole in what it'll do is you can put this down and it'll end up being just about the same thickness as the head there. And anything else that's sitting on, that you're bolting on top, won't ground out like the aluminum on the tank. It won't ground out on the steel and rub through. So it's really nice as an abrasion resistant type of thing. So I'll put 4 little pads here in around each one of those and then bolt this down. We got to go to the store, the nut and bolt store, and get us some hardware because everything must have balance, right? So I'll use hex head grade 8 bolts to hold the pans down, and then I'll use probably button head Allens to hold the tank. And they have everything's got to match. It has to have balance. When things get unbalanced, things get out of whack, right? So to stay in balance. So there you go. That's once we get a piece of foam on this thing, if I can find that piece of foam laying here, had it here somewhere, you'll get an idea of what this is going to look like. I kind of found it. Right, this is gonna go on here, something like this, right? And then we can cut. You saw that roll that I've got over there. We can cut pieces of this and fit it right down here on the floor tray. I'm sorry, right down here on the floor tray between here and this frame rail, because your butt is going to sit here. You know what you're thinking. If you're going to lay down, isn't this going to hurt your back? No, it's not, because I'll put a bunch of this foam in here. And we can even build it up out here wherever we're going to be lying, and then cover the whole thing. So it'll be nice and comfy in here. Won't be an issue at all. What I am concerned with right now is looking at what we got going. When we first set this thing up with the width of our rear end, everything was straight. And I'm pretty sure this here to this here might be a little tight on my legs. We may end up having to cut some of this back, some of this off, just to make this gap a little bigger. Again, we'll have to get the other side on and slide in there and see what we got. Maybe we don't, if my ass is that big, we just won't put any padding in there at all, and it'll be fine. Don't see any problem there. So what we did is we rolled it, but I decided to go with a smaller piece of tubing. This is like a 3/4 piece of tubing, I think. We got it taped down with some Gorilla Tape so it won't move. We transferred our brake line to the other side, and what we'll do is we put this. I'm trying to do this with no hands. Right, we line up the edge of the tube, so the tube underneath is just on the back side of this line, and then we clamped it all down. Move the board up. You can see where I put the C-clamps on. We clamp it all down. Take the dead blow and start rolling her around, and it rolled a nice tight edge. It's not, it's not a sharp break, but it's not a radius so big that it took length off of either axis here. We still got 6 inches here, and it fits in here perfect. Other than a little notching here to clear that tube and stuff there, that was it. She went right on. So yeah, moving along. I mean, I wanted to try to get a little something done today, because I know I'm not going to get anything done tomorrow. I got more running around to do out to Chesterfield, out by the lake, more properties maybe to look at out there as well. And Rich is having the hernia surgery tomorrow, so it isn't going to be a 2-hour gig like it was today. I dropped him off at 11:30, and I got back there to the hospital. It was 1:45 or something like that. Rolling out of there about 2 o'clock. So it's going to be a lot longer than that tomorrow. So I'm going to have some time to burn. Maybe I'll be able to get the other side of this thing worked up. I got his lawn to cut. I told him I'd cut his lawn for him, and get all the yard waste bags out to the street for the garbage man. So he's not gonna be in any shape to be doing anything, so just trying to help him out as best we can. That's what brothers are for. Love you, Rich. That's it. An abbreviated day. We're out running around. We felt like we got a lot done. traveled a lot of miles. Didn't get a whole bunch done here, but again, like I said, if this thing doesn't go in 2 weeks, it doesn't go in 2 weeks. It's not that big a deal. But that's it for Tuesday. We'll bring you some post-surgery action tomorrow, God willing. Godspeed. Hang in there. We're praying for you. It'll get better, y'all.